welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 47. My name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan and our two cats, Dixie and Daisy. I love to crochet. I love to knit. And you can find all that on my social media. Links are down below. And is that everything? Is that him? There's a wasp in here. Hold on a second. Okay, let's try this again. So when I came in this morning to get ready, there was a huge wasp on the window. I hate wasps. I'm sweating like crazy right now because I'm so scared of them. They scare me so much. Anyway, so by the time I ran down to go get Ryan and then come back up, we couldn't find him. So he was actually up there on the ceiling on the fire alarm. And I was like, oh, let's get rid of him now, and now maybe I can concentrate. Alrighty. Okay, future Lori here. Just realized I forgot to thank my hero for saving me from the wasp. That would be Ryan. Normally I am the person that wasps are jerks and they need to die. My husband is of the mindset, oh, let's just capture him and set him outside and let him go. So that's what we did. We let him go. Anyway. So yeah, just wanted to give credit to and thanks and love to my hero, my husband Ryan. Thank you! So, many of you who've been following me for a while, you know that my word for the year is victory. And I wanted to celebrate any victories that I had throughout this year. Victory number 1, got the wasp out. Whew. Okay, I can calm down now. Concentrate. Here we go. Oh gosh. Anyway, another big fear I have is of my having a blowout tire while I'm driving to work, because I drive on the interstate most of the way. And that was realized not this week, but last week. Yeah, I was driving along and I heard a noise. That didn't sound right. And then just kind of slowed down a little, like, let's just see what's going on. And then the tire light came on, like, oh, no. Pull over. Of course, interstate people are going 70 miles an hour. It is or faster, really. We're all being honest, right? Thankfully, the blown tire was on the passenger side, so it was the side away from the interstate. But I called Ryan. I was like, I have a flat tire. What am I going to do? And he's trying to talk me through steps. And he kind of helped calm me down. But it was just like, I wasn't understanding a word he was saying. So when I hung up, I was like, Lori, you are the daughter of Stephen Jones. You can figure this out. You can do this. So, I got everything out, got the car up, got the tire off, which some of those lug nuts were horrible to try to get off. I was just like, what in the world? This is crazy. So, some of them I actually had to use like my entire body weight. Like I'm like pushing as hard. Oh. Get everything off. Grab the spare tire. I am so worn out by this point. I can't even lift up the spare tire to try to get it on. Trying to line it up just right. I would backwards, flipped it around, tried it again. Called Ryan, like, I can't get the spare on, what am I gonna do? And he's just like, it's okay, just rest for a bit, you'll be fine. It'll be okay. You got the hard part done. Okay. And as I'm talking to him, a huge oversized load semi-truck stopped. Driver gets out. I'm still on the phone with Ryan. I'm like, there's a truck stopping. He's like, okay, I'll stay on the line. Because, you know, You never know. Anyway, thankfully he was an angel in disguise and he helped me get the spare on. He was having trouble too, and then he's like, oh, it's backwards. And I was like, oh, so I had it right the first time. Okay, good. Anyway, so that was, as long as I've been traveling 46 miles to work, that has been one of my biggest fears, is having a blown out tire and having to change it all by myself. It's finally been realized. I know I can do it. I'm good. And thankful, and Ryan said if it's ever on the driver's side, so the side facing the interstate, he's like, don't do anything. He's like, just sit there, call a tow truck. I don't care. I'll be fine. He's like, I don't want you on the interstate side. I'm like, okay, I will remember that next time I have to do anything. Of course, then I put it on the History Chicks Facebook group. Every Tuesday they have Toot Your Own Horn Tuesday. So I was like, look what I did. And so when you're like, oh, I know somebody that died changing their tire. I'm like, oh, I didn't need to hear that. So anyway, so they were like, good for you. Yay, I'm glad you did it. Anyway, but the night before all of that happened, so one of the last gifts we got from the church for Pastor Appreciation was a gift card. There's actually two. There's two $25 gift cards, and it had multiple restaurants on it. So, and one of them was the Cheesecake Factory, which we haven't been to in a long time. So we're like, let's go to the Cheesecake Factory. And the end of October is actually the anniversary of our first date. So we're like, let's celebrate the anniversary of when we started dating, like, got together. It was 18 years ago, by the way. Yeah, we're that old. So I called Cheesecake Factory because, you know, you have to check ahead nowadays. It's like, are you doing dine-in? Are you only doing carry-out? We're like, we're doing dine-in for, this is the last night, because Cook County, where I live, they've put restrictions back because we've had a huge spike in cases. Excuse me. So they were like, so this is the last night that we're doing dine-in. The new restrictions are starting tomorrow. I'm like, we'll be there in 15 minutes. So yeah, it was great food, and we ordered a piece of cheesecake that we split while we were there, and then we each ordered a piece to take home with us. Let me tell you, on Wednesday after changing that tire, I deserved that piece of cheesecake. Oh my gosh, yes. So anyway. Also, forgot to mention this little thing as I was cleaning up after podcasting, because podcasting is messy. I forgot I got this little cute little llama from the church. That was part of my last Pastor Appreciation gifts. So anyway, thanks guys. I love him. Shall we get on with the yarny goodness? I think so. So, first thing I want to talk about is what I'm wearing. This is my Petite Curie shawl, because today is November 7th, which is Marie Curie's birthday. So I figured I need to wear her shawl today, right? So it is just an asymmetrical shawl. Actually, I'm going to take it off because it's kind of warm today. Use 2 skeins of fingering weight. Yeah, nice, lots of nice texture throughout here. Woo! Let's blow out the camera. So this is in my Ravelry store. You can purchase it on Ravelry. I'm still figuring out if I want to do Etsy to sell my patterns or not. But yeah. I love this shawl so much, and I love this bright pink that's blowing out the camera. Yay! This is from Yarn Geek Fibers. and it's the colorway Marie Curie. So, yeah. So, I know I've mentioned the History Chicks once already, but once I finished all of their episodes, once I caught up to, it's probably 8 years of podcasts. Of course, they don't release every week or every 2 weeks. They release when they can. But once I caught up to all their episodes, I went through every subject and wrote down their birthday. So on their birthday, I can listen to the podcast, or near their birthday. And so this week I had 2 episodes of Marie Curie, because she had a lot. So it's like 3 hours of her life. So I love her so much. She's amazing. She's amazing. Okay, so let's go on to finished objects. I have one finished object to show you, and that is my Love Knots hat is done. So the yarn that I used, first, bag, is in my Chitingi bag that Kalisha from the Quirky Monday Craft Cast made for me. Thank you so much, Kalisha. I love it. I have 2 more sizes with the same fabric. So the yarn is Knit Picks Fingering Stroll. Oof. Is that color gonna work? There you go. That's close. It's a little washed out. This is yarn that I dyed with my Love Knots knit group, or crochet group. They actually helped me dye this. That's why I named it Love Knots. So yeah, there's all kinds of colors in here. Love it. And then for the brim, I used Loops and Thread Wool-like, which is a Michaels yarn, in the colorway Lavender. I thought that looked kind of cute together, because you need purple in it. Alright, so the hat pattern is the Oakley Slouch by Rebecca Lankford. I have finished it, washed and blocked it, but I have not sewn in the ends. But here's my hat so far. Ta-da! So, the moment of truth. Let's see how this fits. I haven't even tried it on yet. Oh, I did before I blocked it. I did try it on. So yeah, so there's a little bit of slouch back there. Ta-da! Yeah, I like this. It's so cute. I was at Michael's, this was several months ago. They had all their Pom-Poms on sale, their faux fur Pom-Poms. So I've been trying to decide which one to go on. I think the white one would look best. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the white one. So this afternoon, we'll sew on the pom-pom, sew in the ends. Ooh. Love Knots hat is done. Yay! We'll put that over there so I remember to do all that this afternoon. Whew. Then, I did some more dyeing. I don't know why. Actually, I had a good reason to get out the dye. Rose from Rose Likes Crochet. Hi, Rose. She asked, she had gotten a mystery box. So it's just a big box of yarn. And in it was some bear yarn. And she was like, I don't dye. Does anybody want to do it? Me. The other Hermione Granger. I will. I will dye yarn for you. So I had some extra skeins that I needed to dye anyway. So I was like, well, once the yarn comes in, I will get everything out and dye. So this is the yarn that Rose sent me, along with some other goodies I will show you later. I don't even know, there was no tag on it, so I don't even know what kind of yarn it is. It is worsted. It is wool because it took it pretty well. And again, Rose likes purple, but trying to do purple when you're doing food coloring dye purple just doesn't turn out as well, but I did my best, and I added some blue just to give it some more contrast. But here's the yarn that, now this is not part of what I dyed, this is what was tied into the yarn. So yeah, it's a really pale purple, and then some blues in there as well. I thought it turned out really cute. I like it. It'll make a great hat, that's for sure. It's got real, like, nubbins here. So it's like a really rustic, but it's so soft. It's not woolly at all. Like, it's very soft and squishy. I like it. So then I had some bare yarn myself, and then I had some purple yarn that I added some more dye to. I'll show you. So first things first, I had a plan for how this was all gonna go. So I have this yarn from Indie Yarn Company, and I want to do another Waru shawl. It's an awesome shawl. I love it. But I needed yarns to go with this. Well, I had bought some yarn from Llama Llama Ding Dong, my local yarn shop down the road. It was Jojo Land Ballad, and it was in, like, I think it's deep lavender, I think was the colorway. I just added some blue to it, just to give it some depth and tones to it, because the other yarns I had, because this is a speckled yarn, and then I have another tonal that I bought to go with it. I was like, I didn't want to have just a flat purple on there too, so I added some blue to it to make it a little deeper purple, and then tried to get hot pink in this bare yarn that I had, and then I mixed it, I dabbed it with some of the purple and blue left over from Rose's yarn. So I have this. Now, it's not quite the pink I was going for, but here. I'm not quite sure the order I'm going to do it yet. I'll show you the other skein of yarn that I bought later. But this is, I had plans for these dyed yarns. So anyway, so those are my finished objects. Okay, needed a drink. Have my lovely Mary Poppins, practically perfect in every way. Have my coffee in there. Okay. Makes in progress. I have some work done on some things. So first one I'm going to show you is my Scrappy Socks, although I'm going to change the name. I'll tell you why here in a bit. It's living in my cherries bag, which is, and my pin says no problema. So I was I was watching Bernadette Banner on YouTube. She has historical fashion. I love her videos. They're just very calming to me. Like, I don't know what it is about her voice. But anyway, she was doing a tour of her New York apartment and her sewing room, which is basically her apartment because she has a very small place. And she said, I finally got a Cabbage Patch. And I was like, oh, what? I'm like, are you talking about the doll? And no, she got a basket to hold all her scraps of fabric, which is called cabbage. And I looked it up, like, that's a historical term, is all your scrap fabric is called cabbage. And it's usually like stuff that you can't really do anything with, but she keeps it because if she's stuffing something, like she made a bum roll, which women used to make their butts look bigger. I don't know why. But anyway, so she would just cut up her cabbage and put it in there. I'm like, cabbage, I like that. That sounds so much better than Scrappy Socks. I like Cabbage Socks. That sounds cool. So, my Cabbage Socks are leftover yarns from socks that I've made so far this year. So here's a bag of my cabbage. So last time I was ready to put in the heels. So I was here. I have since done the heels. Ta-da! And I've got a few rows going up the leg. So these are going to take a while to get through. But look how pretty. So the new color that I have added that has not been on the socks yet is this one, which is Bumblebee Acres Farms Dobby's Christmas Stocking 2019. So yeah, and my happy little narwhal, he will be moved soon. I think I have 3 more colors to go of 20 rows each, plus whatever I need for these rows to be 20 rows. So yeah, we're getting there. We're slowly but surely, we are getting through my Cabbage Patch socks. Thank you, Bernadette. I like that term. Oh, before I forget, pull these back out. I've been forgetting to tell you guys this every time. So I watched a tutorial by Hey Brownberry Mars. She has a tutorial on how to do Scrappy Socks without having to weave in all those ends. Like, there's a trick to get all the ends caught in as you're knitting. Awesome. And there's also a trick, so when you change colors, you don't have that little jog. So it's like there's a little stair step when you change colors. It's like, that's awesome. So I have been doing that. I will put a link to the tutorial in my show notes. So you can learn how to do, so you won't have to worry about weaving in your ends, and you won't have to worry about the jog when you change colors. That's so cool. I've been meaning to tell you all about it, but kept forgetting. Anyway, the next pair of socks that I wanted to show you is living in my batik. That's the term I was thinking of. Dyed bag. This is fabric I bought at Walmart. That was pretty cute. And of course I have my cute little blue llama on here. He's so cute. Alright, so the yarns that I'm using, I have this Candy Apple Red. Is from Me to Yarn. It's from Me to Yarn. Let me get that correct. And then the other colorway that I'm using is Dyed by Me. So this is Lion Brand Sock Easy yarn. Yeah, there's a little bit of red, a little bit of pink speckles, very pale pink speckles in here. This is my colorway Jolly Holiday because, you know, Mary Poppins. Oh, dang. The yarn just went under the bed. I'll get it here in a second. Let me just show you my socks so far. Alright, so last you saw them, you're right here where my little lobster is. Yeah, so I've grown quite a bit, not a lot. Just slowly working on these as I get time. But anyway, alright. Hold on a second. Future me popping in yet again. I swear that WASP had me so discombobulated. I forgot to tell you. The patterns for the socks that I'm using is Basic Toe Up Socks by Wendy Pronger-Geckner with the Fish Lips Kiss Heel. I do my socks 2 at a time. The needles is 2.5 millimeter needles, just so you know. And again, another random room in my house. What can I say? What can I say? Okay, if it's not wasps, it's yarn balls rolling under the bed. We're almost done, I promise. Okay, so the last making progress I wanted to show you is the Ava Cardigan by Rebecca Lankford. The yarns that I'm using is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek DK, which is very soft, I should say. It is a low pill fiber. I think it's 100% acrylic. Yeah. The colors is ivory, denim, and linen. So I'll just show you real quick. It is a paid for pattern, but it is also free on her blog. So if you want to ad free, I went ahead and bought it just because I wanted to support fellow designer. So there. It's a very long cardigan and it has pockets. Yay, pockets! So yeah, I don't have a whole lot of progress to show you on this. Well, yeah, I do. Oh, as I'm pulling out stitches. Alright, let's knot this so we don't do that again. Oh. Alright. Here we go. So, last you saw, I had just started the linen. And now I am halfway through the ivory. So, I'm not even halfway through the back panel yet. So yeah. Here's my lovely progress keeper, which is, let's see if I can turn it right. It's the Quibbler, which if you're a Harry Potter fan, you know what that is. Anyway, so I'm loving how this is draping. I love this. It's gonna be, forget how much positive ease the cardigan is supposed to have. So it'll be nice, cozy one to wrap up in. It's thin fabric, so it should be fine. I do have several I have 2 cardigans that I've made. Oh! 4 cardigans I've made with worsted weight. So those are bulky and can get a little warm, so I'm hoping this one will be just perfect. Goldilocks, right? Just perfect. Anyway, alright. Let me show you some of the yarny goodness I got in the mail last Saturday. So excited. Okay, so, like I said, Waru Shawl. I need a 4th color, because the first one I did, I only did 3 colors. And it's perfect, I love it, but it's like, if I did 4, it'd be a little bigger, and that'd be more cozy, right? Right. So, I got onto the internet. One of my favorite dyers is Christine from Treasure Goddess. Treasure Goddess yarn. Well, let me show you the yarn too. So this is one of her skeins. It is on her Treasured Toes sock base, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And this color is called City of Fountains, which is Kansas City, where she lives. Or she lives in the suburbs, somewhere near there. Anyway, I have lots of family that live in Kansas City, so I was like, oh, this is sweet. I will take this one. So, again, I'm not quite sure the order of how they're going to go. Actually, I kind of like that one. We'll see. So yeah, Warusha, woo woo. And then, same day, I got the yarn from Rose for me to dye. She sent me more yarn in the goodie bag. She sent me this, is it Lether? It is a subscription box that you can join, and it's for crocheters. Here's the book that came with the yarn. So it has a couple patterns in here, and they're all crocheted. There's a really cute shawl. Here's the yarn. Isn't it so pretty? I love this. It is called April Showers. It is a sport weight, and it is 100% superwash merino. And here's the shawl pattern that came with it. Oh, it's super cute. It's like a little shawlette, really, is what it is. So anyway, thank you for that, Rose. Oh, wait, there's more. I was shocked. Like, what? So, I don't know how many of you have ordered from Hobby Yarns, whatever they're called. I think it's Hobby Yarns. They have a line of yarn. It's kind of like Loops and Threads or Yarn Bee or, you know, that kind of thing, where they have several kinds of yarn. Anyway, it's called the Mayflower Yarn Company, which I have an ancestor who was on the Mayflower, so it's like, kind of wanted some Mayflower yarn. She sent me some. I totally wasn't expecting it. So first there's this one. It's a Mayflower Lexus sock yarn, but it's DK sock yarn, so it'll make thicker socks. The colorway is 5108, which when I looked it up, it was chocolate, which you can totally see the chocolate color on the bottom there. I figured these will make nice cozy socks. And then the other one is sock yarn. It is fingering weight. It is 75.25. Ooh, look at that. So it's like a mint green with purple speckles, which that's really cute. I really like that. This colorway is 5103, which when I looked it up is Lake. So we have chocolate and Lake. So probably socks with all this. And speaking of socks, when I finish whichever pair of socks I finish first, I'm going to start knitting a shawl. Woo! We'll see how that goes. So the shawl that I want to do is the Changing Staircase shawl by Dragon Horde Yarn. Link to that. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I will be linked to that in the show notes. But the yarn that I wanted to use is this lovely Lola Bean yarn, which I got at Llama Llama. You see, it's white with these hot pink, hot green speckles. There's some black in there too, and some blue. The colorway is Electric Youth, which when I bought this, I was like, yes, I remember having an outfit when I was in 6th grade. It was mostly hot green, and then it had a hot pink flower on it. So, Electric Youth. And then of course I had my socks where, you know, you'd stack your socks. Remember doing that? Where I'd have green and pink on one leg, and then on the other it'd be pink and then green. Remember doing that? Yeah. Anyway, so this will be started as soon as socks are done. Hopefully those will be done soon. Anyway. So now that this is done, I'm going to go run some errands. It's a nice day out today. We've had a streak of 70-degree weather in November in Chicago. I'll take it. I will take it. So, that's the plans for this afternoon. Oh, after I finish running errands, I'm going to start crocheting on my Iconic Woman. Remember this book? Yeah, Ruth Bader Ginsburg won, hands down. So my plan, I had some that received other votes. So like Jane Austen got 3 votes, and Jane Goodall got 3 votes. So, like, well, and most people voted for Jane Goodall because they wanted me to do the monkey. So I figured I'll do them in alphabetical order. If they tied, So it'll be Ruth, Jane Austen, Jane Goodall, and then everybody else got one vote. We have Audrey Hepburn, Billie Holiday, Emmeline Pankhurst, Malala, Queen Elizabeth II, and Rosa Parks. So those are, how many is that? 9? The 9 to get me started. Nobody voted for Marie? What? No, it's okay. I wouldn't have been able to get hers done in time for her birthday anyway. I will be able to get Jane Austen's done in time for her birthday though. So anyway, I hope you have a great day. I hope you have fun with your crafting, whatever you're doing. And I will see you in 2 weeks. Hopefully. God bless. Bye.